Hello, my whammy people. Let's check this out. When it comes to cleaning guns, you'll be far-fetched to find someone with more experience than your boy. Well, through all the years of cleaning all those guns, oh man, I actually did, and I added up on the approximation of how many guns I cleaned in 5 years. I believe it was 40,000. 40,000 gun cleanings in 5 years. That's what we're talking about. And this is how I have my gun cleaning kit set up. And first of all, you see I have a tackle box. Like I don't have just some small, you know, little kit that you buy at the it's a lot. It's a lot of stuff. Actually, I downsized a lot. It actually took a lot of stuff out that I felt I just didn't really use much. So here we go. So down here we have the important stuff as far as gun cleaning, of course. The second level here, this is, I use this, and then this is kind of like random stuff. The third shelf. I hardly use things on the third level, and then up here I use most of this stuff a lot. So these are the, for instance, let me see, can I grab it? Yeah. So for instance, this right here, I use this a lot for, you can see it's just bent, and this is some hard steel. I use this a lot for like punching stuff, like when I'm breaking down a gun, I need to push something out or whatever. I use this. But most of this is just the rods for, to go through the barrel and whatnot. And then, well, let's start back down here first. So you need patches, obviously, right? So patches don't have to be these. Everything I'm about to show you guys, it does not have to be what I have. It just needs to be that. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have to be Hoppy's 9 patches. It just needs to be patches, right? You don't need to have Hoppy's 9 solvent. You just need solvent. Okay? So what you need is you need a solvent and a lubrication. Do not use a lubrication for both the clean and the lubrication. It does not clean like a solvent. Okay, so you need a solvent. We'll get to that in just a second. You need a solvent. I have 2 different types of solvent. This is the copper remover from your barrel, and this is just the regular, and I use the regular the most, but if I feel like I got a really dirty barrel, then I'll use both of these. So those are solvents. Okay. Lubrication. Now when you read this is G96. When you read this, what does it say? It does all 3. Cleans, lubricates, protects. I'm sure it does. Like, in fact, I know it does. But it doesn't do anywhere near the level of cleaning that, solvent does. Okay, so I tend to have a couple of different types of everything. So in other words, I have 2 different types of oil, right? So here's my lubrication. there's rim oil, and there's G96. And this is what I mean, you guys, by you don't have to have what I have. You just need oil, right? So you just need lubrication, a good lubrication. So my two lubrications, G96 and rim oil. It would be nothing to have two different kinds, as long as it seems to work and it works good. I have two different solvents from the same company, but two different solvents, right? Hoppe's 9 copper and the regular Hoppe's 9 solvent, very important. I also have this just as a backup. I rarely use this, but I have it just in case. And the other thing I have two of is, all right, this is crazy important. Like the oil that has the needles, these are important, man. I'm not cleaning the gun without these. This right here is actually more important than those. Gotta have this. Gotta have this with the needles. For sure. Right? I even have some of this. This is old school. You don't know nothing about this if you ain't from the old school. Okay, this is the old school. You can't even find this no more. Yeah, Formula 3. Same thing. What does it say? Lubricates, cleans, prevents rust. No, I don't use this to clean the barrel. I use solvent to clean the gun, and then we use the oils to lubricate it. We use the lubrication to lubricate it, right? And I do not clean a gun without Q-tips. When I went to go look for Q-tips, this was the only ones they had at the store called Coastal. So I got these, but typically, and these are cool because you got a long, stick there or whatever. So they're cool to have, but just regular Q-tips is all you need. When I get more, I'm getting regular Q-tips, and we're getting close here. This is probably 3 gun cleanings worth. Straight up. 3 gun cleanings worth. That's what this is. Because everything I clean with the solvent, I go back over it with the dry tip. So you want the Q-tips. You need your lubrication, your oil, and I tell you like this: if you had to choose between like a large can of like this right here or one with the needle, I choose the one with the needle. Easily. No ifs, ands, or buts. That needle's crazy important. No, this does not do as good of a job by putting that in there. Nowhere close. These are the most important. Okay, I like the way this one smells a lot better than this one. I tried this out. This is like a newer one I tried out, and I don't like the way that smells, but it does a good job though, and that's really what matters, right? Even though I do like a certain smell when I'm all done cleaning my gun, I actually lock the slide to the rear and I smell the inside, and it has to have a certain smell for me. I'm weird, but when you go through 40,000 gun cleanings, you pick up certain habits. So excuse me there. So anyhow, and then other stuff is just like tools and stuff like that. So there's just stuff that I ended up picking up. Here's some more oil. Right? It's just stuff that I picked up over the years. Right? This is for like shotgun. That's why that opens up wider right there. But right here on the second shelf, what I have is this is for 9mm, 40 and 10mm, and 45. Okay, and then here, here, and then some up here. Those are kind of all scattered. I need to hook those up, but they're scattered for like 270, 7 mil, 300, 22, LR, 223, all that stuff. But the majority of what I'm cleaning is pistol caliber for the most part. And so then so again, we got 9, 40, 45. Of course, we clean our ARs, AR barrels, my bolt actions, all that. And that's what these guys are for, right? I just don't have them organized like as I should. Let's see, what is this one? This is 22. Okay. There we go. So that's for the 22. And maybe I do have it somewhat organized. I might. Who knows? It's been. Let's see here. What do we got? Focus in, dude. He's not gonna focus, is he? All right, let me. Yeah. It might be slightly because this is also for 22. So both of those are 22. What is this for? Are you gonna focus? Oh, it's giving me a little focus. A little bit. But I'm not seeing nothing right there. Let me look with my own eyes here. I don't really see nothing. So I'm not sure. It looks like 22, to be honest with you. It also looks like 22. It's pretty thin. It's pretty thin. What's this one? Let's see. Can this pick it up? 5. Why is it showing up 5? Oh, 35. Oh, 38? Who freaking knows? Oh, 556. I'm like, what the hell? 556. Okay, so you know what that is. All right. So anyhow, you want to get brushes made for the size, right? So whatever calibers you want to have brushes that fit that, right? And then you also want to have jag spears that fit the calibers you have. So if you have 9mm spear, jag spears for 9mm also work in obviously 357 Magnum, 38 Special, right? 355, 356, 357 diameter. So 38, 357. It fits for 9mm, 357, 38 Special, fits for all that, and it fits it snug. These will clean your barrel 10 times better, more efficient than those loops. Do I have a loop? Yes, I do. Than these. Okay? Please remember you're talking to somebody who cleaned more guns than most people could even like fathom. Like, just try and trust me here. Okay. It's a backup. I have these as backup. If I end up, someone has a caliber that I happen to not have a brush or a jag spear for, then I'll use this, right? It can clean it. It gets the job done. Don't get me wrong. But nowhere near like what a jag spear does. Okay. So that is like the most important piece to cleaning your barrel is a jag spear. So 45, 40, and 9. You can say 355, 40, and 45, right? Because that cleans 45 long cold. 460 rolling it'll clean, etc., etc. So, and then I have small patches. These are small patches for 22s. Big patches like this don't fit down a 22 barrel, right? So either you take these and you cut them up in 4s, or you just have small patches for 22s. And that's what those are. Okay. So, and this is also another. This is when if I undo this, it'll just have the bars to, you know, screw in here, and then you'll have a long little rod to go in and out the barrel. So that's what my cleaning kit looks like. Okay. Got one of these right here to give it a nice little, depending on what I'm cleaning, I might use that. Right. And this is just a bunch of different combinations of rods, is what that is. But the one I typically use is this one. This is the one I typically use. So that's what my setup looks like. Oil, solvent. Oil does not replace solvent, people. Do not forget that. Solvent, oil. And I prefer the one with the needles because you want to put oil in certain spots. Certain guns need that oil in very thin places that the other stuff can't really get in there. Plus, the needle ones, it puts out a precise amount of oil. Like you don't put out too much on accident, or it puts out a perfect amount. And yeah, you don't want to over oil your guns. Why? I'll explain to you why. Again, this is someone who's cleaned more guns than 95%. I'm being nice even saying that would clean in their lifetimes. And so with that being said, over cleaning or over oiling a gun, the reason why that can be a bad thing is because too much oil attracts the dirt from when you're shooting the gun. Okay. So when you're shooting round after round after round, um, the gunpowder, you know, just all the crap that happens with the explosion, right? All of that, even the parts of the full metal jacket and just a bunch of stuff ends up inside of your gun. Okay, the more oil you have, the more it attracts, and it's like a magnet. That oil is like a magnet to dirt, and it gunks up the gun much faster, and it will not keep shooting as long. It's going to gunk up much faster and start causing malfunctions. I know this because I've seen it. I've tested it over and over and over and over again. I've tested it to the point where I understand, like to a T, the perfect amount of oil that a handgun needs in order to get the most amount of rounds out of the gun before you have to clean it again. So um, the oils that have the little needles, they give you a much better um, like put out of the oil rather than the sprays. um, you just don't need a whole lot of oil, but you still need oil. And not only that, where you put the oil is also very important, and each gun's different. Okay, where you put the oil on a Glock is not the same as where you put the oil on a 1911. There might be certain spots that are similar, but they're going to be different. So, how do you know? That comes with experience, but I'll make another video on that. So, that's my cleaning kit. I just got two of everything, but just remember you need that solvent. You need lubrication. You need Q-tips. You need cleaning patches. Okay. Of course, you got your rods. You need your rods and your brushes and your jag spears for specific caliber. That's it. That's all. Whammy out.